Hi everyone, so I just want to go over a few new items for Vectornator 4.11.1. This is not going to be absolutely everything, but the things that are most obvious to me about the new version of Vectornator. So I'm going to open this document right here. Actually, if I just hold my pencil on it, I notice that, well, I can rename the document right now, but I can also create a new folder with that selected document. So before you had to create a folder and then drag that document into it. So you can just do it right away from selecting that, that document without those extra steps. I'm just going to go ahead and open this blank document to show you some of the other changes. The most obvious change, I think, is that on the right-hand side here, we only have three tabs. I'll go over those shortly. Instead, we used to have 5 before, so I'm going to show you what's different about that. And on the left-hand side here, you'll see that there's the name of the document, and there's much less congestion here in this particular menu. This menu has become much more about just file management, because you can rename the document here, you can make a duplicate of the document, you can make an export of the document. So that you'll notice that there's a lot of things missing, and I'm going to show you where they've been put. The next thing I want to show you is if you go over to these 3 dots right here, you'll notice that you have a settings tab. So that used to be under tutorials. And in the settings tab, again, you can rename the document, but you also have a lot of your choices, like how do you want the document to display. I choose pixels, but you might prefer inches if you're working on some sort of print document, or I'm not sure what picas is used for, but points, you have all of your options here. Canvas options are here as well. If you want to work in KMYC for preview, if you work in print, again, that's where you could choose that. Appearance, this is your overall settings for whether you want to be in light mode or dark mode, or whether you want the system to determine that. I prefer to work in dark mode always, so it just saves battery. Input is where you'll find your third-party devices. So if you have a Wacom or Montblanc augmented paper, you'll access them here. Notifications and, of course, your iCloud can be found all under these setting preferences. The second thing is the artboard and grid. That also used to be under this tutorial section here. So artboard and grid determine the size of your canvas right here, and if you want to show the grid or not. Now for me, I prefer to put those in the toolbar here, so I'm going to be showing you that here shortly, because under the third thing under these 3 dots is the customized toolbar. So it's this toolbar right here. So the way it comes is like this, and you can see that I had added a few things. I'll just go ahead and add them back in. So if I hit this customize, I can change the order. I can move things around. So if I want to put that in the end, I can. And if I want to add a few things, like I always like to be able to toggle off some of the snapping features. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in the toolbar, and I'll put it just before the delete. And I also like to toggle off my grid sometimes, so I'm going to put that into the toolbar. They'll be right there. You also have outline mode, which I use sometimes, isolating active layers, or changing some dimensions. So those are all things that are now part of your toolbar that you can customize. So over here we have the Style tab. The Style tab now has several of the things that used to be in their own menus in the 4th and 5th tabs that aren't here anymore. So you'll notice that there's a lot more now in the Style tab. But what's great about this is that what's displaying here in the Style tab is dictated by what you have chosen in the left brush menu over here. So for example, if I go over to my text, now suddenly you see that the Style tab changed, and it's much more showing me things that are related to fonts. So if I go here to the shape tool, then Now this changed and it's not focused on fonts anymore. It's showing me fills and strokes. So I'll go back to my selection tool now. This continues to be a layers tab, not too much different there. And this continues to be your import tab. Really wonderful things coming from Vectornator. I'm going to continue to produce tutorials on these sorts of things. Please like and subscribe or comment below, and tell me what you would like to see more of. Thank you.